And talking about meaning, we have one more critical concept that we have to look at, which is what we call cultural identity. Now, some of you may feel that why does cultural identity have anything to do with meaning? Now, if you look at the definition of cultural identity, it is about the sense or the identity sense of belonging, self-conception, self-perception. It is about making meaning of our existence. So that's why when you talk about cultural identity, when you look at other people around you, when you look at yourself, so what is it about you? What is the meaning of your existence? Who are you? What are you? So that is cultural identity. The identity or sense of belonging in terms of self-conception and self-perception. And talking about cultural identity, we have to look at this one idea under cultural identity. It's what we call cultural identifiers. Now, cultural identity and cultural identifiers are two different concepts. Cultural identity is mostly about individual, about you, just you alone. And then cultural identifiers, they are aspects or elements used to bind a group of people together, such as gender, nationality, age, locality, food, and many others. So basically, ladies and gentlemen, one person can have various cultural identifiers. Take a look at myself as an example. I am a lady. I am a woman. So my cultural identifier in terms of gender is one, woman. And I'm also, for example, from Negeri Sembilan. So that's my locality. So my other cultural identifier is I am from Negeri Sembilan. And in terms of age, for example, I am between 40 to 50 years old. So basically, that's another cultural identifier. So far, I have described myself in terms of 3 cultural identifiers. And of course, there will be more. So as I said, cultural identity is about your sense of belonging. It's about making meaning of your own existence. And then cultural identifiers, they are characteristics, elements or aspects that will be used in order to bind you to a group of people according to, for example, gender, nationality, and many other characteristics. So, ladies and gentlemen, all of our discussion today involve the word meaning. So meaning is in the center of our discussion. So basically, everything that we do, for example, if we negotiate, it's about meaning. If we talk about mental representation, if we use language, we are talking about meaning. If you talk about translation, of course, you must maintain the meaning from the original text into the translated text. And if you talk about cultural identity, your identity, it's about making meaning of your own existence. Some of you may ask, so where's the roles of political parties or practices here? Or where are the roles or functions of economic development here? Or where are the function of language development here? Ladies and gentlemen, when you talk about political parties, politicians, for example, they use language in order to convey their meaning. So that's a very simple example of the relations between political practices, between meaning, and as well as between whatever that we discuss here. Or if you talk about economic development, let's say you are writing, let's say you have a stall or a shop. You are writing the menu that you want to promote. So you are using language. So basically you are putting meaning into the menu so that people can understand. So that's one example. Roughly or in general, political practices, economic development, social development, language development, whatever social aspects or social issues, cultural issues that we have, they all revolve around meaning. And you will always come back to this word meaning. Ladies and gentlemen, to wrap up, we have talked about representations, we have talked about negotiations, we have talked about translations. Translation has the biggest concept, theories, strategies, approaches, subcategories, and last but not least, we talk about cultural identity. So with that, I guess that's all for the revision session, and I do hope that if you have questions, if you do not understand some of the terms or some of the critical concepts that I have explained, please ask. Do not keep quiet. And with that, thank you very much. Assalamualaikum and greetings once again. Thank you.